Jessica Parker, simply friendly request from Austin, Texas. This is not a real person. Why are so many people fakers? What a weird thing. People pretend to catfish people for other money. Or something. I don't know why people catfish other people. I guess it's always for money in the end, but it's just weird. Christopher Strongman, yo yo, what up, boy? How you doing, buddy? What'd you have for eat today? What did you have to eat today? I guess I should say. Christopher Quest, the two Christophers. Chilling, pumped for the Saturday. Oh yeah, bro. You're gonna try to get some of them meat all subs. You mean meatball? You must be using like a voice thing. Meat all. Can't help you but make sick cover. Man, you can't help but make sick covers, can you? Nope, I can't actually. That's something I have in common with Clayton, or at least I try to be as much like Clayton as I can. But like when he does, he'll promise someone, he'll be like, okay, I'll give you a quick sketch or a remark, and then he'll do a full-on 10-minute painting that looks like this, but he can do that in about 1/10 the time. So I'm like, he just cannot help himself. Like one person at one show asked Clayton if he would do they showed him a picture of the animated Batman Alfred, and they said, will you just put this head in the bottom right corner? He's like, yeah, sure. And then he proceeds to do like a photorealistic, like, what would he look like in real life? And I just looked at the guy, I was like, he just can't help himself. He just can't help himself. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Cliffy and Lewski. We made chili for dinner. Delicious! Dude, now I want some chili. Thank you for that. I want some chili. Sam said I get the very first remark signing of the number 29. Nice. Dude, you should ask. So you're talking to Sam one-on-one? You should ask him if he'll put like number 1 of whatever and write that on there. That'd be really, really cool. All about getting lost in the cover. It turns out sick like this, yeah. Dude, this is pretty sick. TBH. So I like how Sleeper turned out. He's kind of yellow-green, so I might add a little more green into his yellow there. Captain America is the only one in that stance. He's kind of just standing still. He's going to be kind of a weirdo. This is obviously just the base coat. Nobody's done being painted yet. Thor's almost done. He's so tiny, though. He's so little. Need to go over him with some more black paint, looks like. You know, we're getting there. We're probably halfway done. Just started filling in the base coats on him. You can kind of see Iron Man back there. He's cool. And throw some black on his armor and make some contrast. And then Silver Surfer's way back there. And yeah, it's going to be pretty sick when it's done. Spider-Gwen. Gwenom is one of my favorites. She's just kind of hidden in there. It's like, oh, she jumps out at you last. But it's pretty neat. Yeah, bro, I have been for months. That's so cool. Man, Sam De La Rosa, what a, like, crazy how small a world it's become through the internet. Well, I met Clayton not through the internet. He was just in my hometown, and he was using my mom's in-home daycare. So sometimes coincidences do happen, but it's awesome that you can reach out to people online, like Sam De La Rosa, and send him your books and have him remark them and stuff, and you get to message him, and that's super cool. Super sick perfection. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Happy birthday, Sam De La Rosa. Happy birthday to you. So crazy. Mark Bagley just walked into my LCS one day. Nice. That's so cool. Live in Southwest Florida, so I was very surprised. Colton Gould. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat. That's awesome, man. I can't remember the name of the gentleman. I'd have to look it up. But I do have him saved on my computer. But I met a guy at Clayton signing who had just walked in, and he was an older gentleman, but he was really sharp. And he was telling me about how he worked on he was an inker for Disney and on Lord of Light. So you can Google him for that. He was the inker on some Lord of Light art. But he was a really cool guy, and I talked with him for about 30 minutes about just his art and stuff. And I'm a huge fan of Lord of Light, and I was like, that's weird, because it's like I feel like nobody's really read that book. But I just met that guy just randomly one day. I was like, what? Just run into super cool people. And he was famous, too. I just didn't really know who he was at the time. I still don't know him off the top of my head. I have to look him up. I was just looking at his website about a week ago. I saw him on somebody else's website. Dude, I am in Orlando. Ooh, Orlando's beautiful. Just kind of hang out, don't comment much. I live in Naples, and it was so random because he said he was just visiting. Nice. Naples, that's not Florida. Come on, man. That's like Europe, right? Oh yeah, I should keep doing what I'm doing. So I kind of got the colors down for hybrids. So the next one is Miles Morales. So we're going to do Miles Morales in his doppelganger form from Absolute Carnage. We're going to put him in there. Just kind of like, I don't look what he said. It looks like Miles Morales symbiote. Oh damn, he's got 6 arms. Why you gotta do me dirty like that, man? I don't have room for another set of arms. Been done dirty, boys. 3 sets of arms Miles Morales has, so he looks like he has 8 limbs. I get it. That's cool. Alright, we're going for it. You got it. 3 sets of arms. I thought he was like Doppelganger. He only had 2. Or does Doppelganger have 3? Am I wrong about that? Chris says that was a lucky day for sure. Jonathan says, what's going on, psycho? Why do you keep calling me that? Alright, I'll take it. I'm a psycho. Everybody is a little bit. I've been here since the start, just talking to a friend on Facebook. No problem, man. Love to bags. What does that mean? Colton Gold would love to bags. Never had the pleasure. One of my favorite of all time. I think you mean you'd like to meet Mark Bagley. Yeah, that would be awesome. Dude, freaking Charlie Rose and Noam Chomsky are kind of arguing almost.
Their analysis was Alan Fell and the research on that much as we dislike the atrocities, there's an overwhelming consensus that Saddam Hussein offers more hope for the stability of the country, a technical word, stability of the country than the people who are trying to overthrow him. In other words, we'd rather have him than the people who are trying to overthrow him. Thomas Friedman, who's chief diplomatic correspondent, wrote, the best possible solution for the best possible world for the United States would be an iron-fisted military junta ruling Iraq the same way Saddam Hussein did.
Sure, he did not mean using torture and using the technique. Yes.
Then why did he say it?
Well, he may very well have believed that. He may very well have performed and lyrics to anyone like this. But he may very well have meant that he lost because of whatever fears he
You can have different kinds of spirals? Miles Morales has a different kind of a spiral. Oh, it's only in that one image. Clayton's is better. Okay, we'll do it Clayton's way. We'll do it Clayton's way. Makes sense. We're going to do this to make it look like Clayton's version.
I preferred, I bet you the neocons who you find someone called in there did not think it was a mistake.
You don't know.
I mean, they were Wolfowitz of the world probably don't think it was a mistake. Not to overthrow Saddam. I mean, they've been driven by overthrowing Saddam since 1992. They haven't been driven by the notion.
It's just too narrow a question. Let's take a look at the Wolfowitzes of the world. Okay, here's a record, right? His record is
Mouth first.
of General Sequester, who is exactly certainly
served in Indonesia.
and
You're
afterwards.
going to do it your way, boss. Do what my way? I do everything my way. It's my way or the highway. So it doesn't even matter what you're talking about. I agree. The answer, sir, is yes. Whose commission is this? No one gets to get in on it. I don't think anybody suggested anything that I added to it yet. Sometimes people have good ideas. Sometimes people have really good ideas. That's kind of the benefit of streaming. Gray. I don't want gray. I want white. I test my pens every god dang time I use them.
The Reagan administration, under his watch, supported a whole range of murderous dictators, like Chun in South Korea.
I'm not sure. Administration support a whole series of leaders in South Korea.
Absolutely, and Wolfowitz was responsible in charge, almost in charge in the United States Department, right up to the end. Marco seen the Philippines and others. Now, there are all kinds of fake stories being concocted about this now, but I would urge people to go back to the original record and see what happened.
This book, Noam Chomsky, hegemony is about
Alright.
dominance.
I've never seen Charlie Rose be upset with someone.
Thank you for joining us.
Noam Chomsky's just got a big shit-eating brain. I think Noam thinks that he won that argument. Which he probably did. Because he's Noam fucking Chomsky. Oh my god, that was so funny. That was just Noam Chomsky bickering with Charlie Rose for about 50 minutes. Wow, that was pretty funny. People are trying to give you methods to get it done faster and that all means. Oh, who said how? Did they? I don't see that in my chat. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wow. No, I was talking to myself about how I'm going to do it Clayton's way, if that's what you mean. I was just talking to myself.
Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you guys are enjoying the content that we're throwing up. And
so, let's talk about how the Phoenix Force is going to be the end to Absolute Carnage. Or, I mean, King in Black. It'll be like King in White will be like the next story arc, and everybody will be like, whoa, we didn't see that coming. He looks much better with white eyes there. And people making suggestions. No, they were not. Six armed models. No, that's just me looking. When I was saying that, I'm looking at pictures of on Google, and I just assumed. Let me look up if Doppelganger has 6 arms. I assumed because Doppelganger has 6 arms. I assume that because Doppelganger has 6 arms, or 4 arms, that so did Miles in his creepy form. Oops, I just got a white paint on there. So let's see which, if I'm misremembering that or if they reinvented that archetype. Damn, he does have 6 arms. I'm an artard. Doppelganger always had 6 arms. And that's a character that could be on this cover, but we'll save that for the next Mosaic because Doppelganger and Miles. Ooh, I should have put maybe Doppelganger over here and Miles over here. Damn, missed opportunity. Next one. Wonder why I didn't think of that. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Dylan Brock is going to kill him, I know it. Yes, he does. Spider-Man was growing more arms until he got the antidote. Doppel on my 850. Put Doppel on the 850, huh? Dude, I love Doppelganger. I'm going to take you up on that. But he's going to get another connecting mosaic of these. So maybe there's another Doppelganger-like character out there. Maybe I'll do the Spider-Man one where he's got the Spider-Man arms, right? So yeah, we can do the Peter Parker one maybe, and then the Doppelganger clone version. Oh, there's even a new version of Doppelganger. So yeah, we can use another version of Doppelganger on the other connecting covers for this one, and it'll be kind of like, yeah, we'll work it in there. You'll see. You'll all see. When we get there. I love Doppelganger. So is Clayton. He's one of our favorites. You can do what you want. Yeah. I know. Everybody keeps telling me that. It's like if you guys keep telling me that, I'm gonna start acting really bratty. Just kidding. A lot of artists are a little bit bratty, so I try to avoid that. I said Doppel was the real Spider-Man. Yeah, he's a man spider for sure, right? Doppelganger's freaking cool. Jonathan Beatty says that would be sick while I wait to get the other two for the next few months, probably by March. Will you still be able to send that into CGC and get it out to me? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't need to keep it on hand. I will use the digital reference. It was a duplicate of what Peter Parker was turning into for the antidote for the lizard. Right. Yeah, I vaguely remember having that story kind of explained to me. I don't think I ever read those original. Was that not part of the Clone Saga? This is basically a secret present from you to me. Sorry, I lost it. It moves around when people put chat, which is fine. Well, this is basically a secret present from you to me, so when I said do what you want, the spirit of happy. Yeah. Well, we're helping each other out because you're definitely helping me out by supporting me. Because I never had asked for the back mosaic. Well, I told you I would do a mosaic on the front, and then I wasn't sure what I was going to do on the back, but then after pondering it for a night, I decided that the back needed the mosaic, so that was a bit of a switcheroo, but I think it's better this way. It's actually, I'm not sure if I told you. I will to you if I don't. Well, I'll make sure that your daughter gets it. Friend Natalie Weston, Maylene. Oh, well. Well, yeah. Don't worry about it, man. It'll go to your daughter, for sure. And then, wouldn't you want it to go to your wife if like something happened to me and your daughter, like an asteroid? I don't know. That'd be weird. I guess we wouldn't even need to plan that far ahead. That's not even worth thinking about because it's not gonna happen. There's no way me and your daughter would both have it. Or I mean, wouldn't if your daughter somehow didn't get it, wouldn't you want your wife to have it? Or perhaps maybe or no, you said you're not giving your son any comics anymore? Or? No, I'm just confused. I don't know what I'm saying. But don't worry about it, bro. We're gonna make sure your daughter gets it. So that's all that you need to worry about. What am I doing? It's gonna be red, so I don't need to waste my black paint there. It's gonna make it hard on me. If something happens to you and me, then it goes to my wife. It's already in there. Okay. Very well. Well, I'd probably end up giving it to your wife then, just for funsies. I mean, I don't know. Unless she didn't appreciate it, then I would hold on to it. I'd make sure it goes to the person it should go to. Don't worry. It's just a comic book, bro. Okay, it's just a comic book. But I do appreciate your enthusiasm for it. It will be worth quite a bit in the future. I mean, far enough down the road, I don't see why it wouldn't be worth, shit tons of money. But that's many decades. But you never know what the future holds in terms of what people value and what they don't. It's very weird how that works. So basically, just the bottom parts of this. Okay, we can do that. Watch this. He's cut off for stealing. Oof. Plain green. Yeah, don't even worry about that. My daughter's getting my 3000 GT. Nice. I'll buy his ass a moped. Yeah. Well, I didn't have a car until I was like 20 years old. Nobody ever bought me a car. So to buy your son a nice moped, I would. If I was him, I would have been ecstatic. I would have been like, really? I can just have this? Like I don't have to pay for it? I would be so happy. I remember I got a Wii system. I've always had like nice birthdays and stuff, like or Christmases. I'll get like a Wii. I got a Wii one time. But aside from that, my family's never really had any money to be spending like that. You got some money to be spending like that? There's no wrong pen here. It just had the right pen, and it just okay. Yeah, I'm not screwing around though because you guys know that the X-Men are bringing the Phoenix back, and it's kind of happening at the same pace that the King in Black story is happening. So pretty sure that they're gonna have that tie-in suddenly, and it's gonna be the one who saves the day. Not that Dylan and all those people won't play a part, but that's gonna be like another part. And then maybe Venom and Dylan will become enhanced with the Phoenix Force, huh? It'd be interesting. Even though they're not mutants, so I guess maybe that won't work. But you never never know. Nope, same doing it again. It's very confusing. My hands are red. The wrists, or the biceps are black. Hands are red, the biceps are black. Phoenix get whooped by Null. Yeah, but that's his weakness. He's weak to fire too. Null is. And the Phoenix Force is the equivalent of the Void and Null. We all thought Null was maybe the Void, and then he confirmed it in the last comic. So if he's the Void, then the Phoenix Force is the light god that they keep mentioning. This light god that's going to come and save them from Null. I think it might just be the Phoenix Force. But not the Phoenix Force in its current form. It'll be like a whatever the Phoenix Force really is, some Null-like being that represents the Phoenix Force and sends it out. Kind of like how Captain Universe. I feel like Dylan will be tracking all the symbiotes at all times, and he will be the key. Yeah, definitely, he's going to be the key. No, he's not. What? Christopher. How dare you say? Curious as to who will be assigned to that job. Probably the X-Men Avengers. Yeah, whoever's left. You know, they showed some of the X-Men go down at the end of the last one, so it's not going to be Storm. It's not going to be Storm, that's for sure. Storm put up a fight, though. She was the last one to go down, huh? She was shooting lightning everywhere and just fucking up those dragons. She killed way more bad guys than than Sentry did. Sentry killed one of the Eternals, which is a great job. That was great. But then Null just picked him up and he's like, you know, the Void? I am the Void. He fucking ripped him in half. Ripped the Void out of him. It's pretty tight. The light god is the opposite of Null, as he is the dark god, just like Dark Winter is dark copy of Thor. Shiny is the light god. Personally, I believe Thor would become the light god. Makes more sense to me. Yeah, I don't know. Could be. I would assume it would be the Phoenix, but usually I'm wrong about these things in the end, so probably they'll just have someone else do it. But I like to utilize what's already there, so I'd be like looking at the Marvel Universe, I'd be like, well, if the Phoenix Force is this other force, why would it not be the Phoenix? It doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to do Toxin. Toxin's got his green tongue, his red head. Shows 2 Nulls in Web of Wrath. Has to be someone with incredible power already. I think it's going to be like a new character. Like they just bring someone new in, you know. Where's Wraith, right? Wraith should be here. Shows 2 Nulls. Oh, no killed Wraith. I didn't know that. There's light and magnetism go hand in hand. Nothing outside of a black hole is more magnetic than a sun. I think so. Well, yeah. you know, that's what I was kind of saying about science yesterday, is that no one really knows much about science. Like, science could switch in a day just based on new discoveries, right? And then everything that we knew was wrong. And then everything that we know is now closer to the truth. But, like, for instance, people don't know the difference between magnetism and gravity. I know it sounds weird, but it's because we don't know enough about them. But yeah, that is fascinating. I didn't know that about, nothing outside of a black hole is more magnetic than the sun, so, yeah. Or at least a heavy sun, the heaviest mass sun, right? Noel killed Wraith in Web of Wraith. I did not know that, so there you go. Magneto could become like, ooh, that may be him. Like supernova dying. That would be badass, bro. Yeah, I haven't read all those tie-ins, so that would make sense. I wondered where he went. He just disappeared. That would be. I wish it could go down. Yeah, you're right. I do need to read that. Magneto's ultimate redemption and forgiveness of the human race. Yeah, that would be cool. And then everybody would be like putting up statues of Magneto all over the earth, and he'd be like a new Jesus. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. And he like died for our failures or whatever. He died to protect us. That'd be so cool. I really would like that. I would enjoy that. Yep, vote it up. Vote up. Yep, we all worship Magneto because he saved us from Null. That'd be so cool. Becomes a vessel for the Phoenix Force. Oh, okay. So here's a great ending. You're welcome, Donny Cates. Listen to this, guys. The Phoenix Force only grabs onto mutants, right? So like it uses Xavier because Xavier's Xavier's like in a new body and he's plugged into what's his machine, Cerebro, all the time, and that's what they're doing right now. So like the Phoenix Force possesses Professor X, and then everybody's like, whoa, that's so cool. And then in the next issue, the Phoenix Force uses Professor X to find a more fitting mutant because Professor X is tuned in to everyone on the planet with Cerebro, all the mutants. And then it switches to, it telepathically uses Xavier to ask all the mutants who'd be willing to give their life. And it asks like a few mutants. It asks like Magneto, Storm's probably already dead, Magneto, or just someone else who could handle the power and whose mutant abilities would allow for some kind of fusion ability. And then Magneto, it's like you don't know who gives up their life to save Earth, and then the next issue it's like, oh shit, it's Magneto, and then he sacrifices himself like a bomb, and it just kills all the symbiotes. And then everybody just like wakes up and they're like, whoa, everything's the same, but now Magneto's gone. And then there's like, and it's just like, just Eddie Brock and his son are the only ones who remember what happened. And they're like, holy shit, Magneto saved us. Cerebro, and they'll teach Dylan how to use it. You have to be a telepath to use Cerebro, I think. But you never know. We could change that. Maybe Dylan is a mutant, you know, like the Fantastic Four. People were shocked when they revealed that Franklin Richards and his sister, I think Vanessa, right? They're actually mutants, unlike the Fantastic Four, who are like not natural born mutants. Their children are. Reed and Susan. So you never know whose kids are mutants these days. There's a lot of mutants in the Marvel universe. You know, he would need to build a new one for Dylan, right? Magneto, the plot thickens. Yes. Yas, Queen. Dude, yeah. So if you want to draw the membranes of a natural where it looks on the wings, see how that looks totally down for that. I think it's trash for free paint, bro. I'd like to try to have the book shine through somewhere if possible. If not, well, it shines through on the front, and the sky will have. The sky is going to basically remain all the color of the book, so we will have that for sure. flash drive going through literally over 100 of them. What? Trying to find that DVZ. I did find the receipt of all the things in my old camera bag. Things I actually charged them 4,500. Oh, giving back the rest. Which is very expensive. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so you know, either way, it's a good deal for everybody. It was cool of you to do that, man. I'm sure they really liked that for the time that they were living there. Maybe they probably still are living there. That'd be badass, man. I want that in my room right now. Not even fucking kidding. I love that shit, dude. Get a big Broly in here. You know what? I like Super Saiyan 4 from GT. I do. I would want Super Saiyan 4 Vegito or Gogeta or whatever it was. And I would want it on my back wall, and he's like in just all the villains around him, and then like have some other characters. Man, I don't think about that show enough. It's a good show. Dude, all the walls in acrylic and sprayed matte varnish. Yeah, there you go. I get there and do it for free. No, you don't have to, man, because that would take a long time and kind of far from you, but we can think of something like that. Like, they don't have Dragon Ball Z comics, do they? I never thought about that, but you could just send me a drawing of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and I'll put it in a nice frame. In fact, if you send it to me, cut the piece of paper to be or use the, well, I don't know if a backboard for a comic would fit there. No, it would not. Cut a piece of paper to be the same exact size as a comic book, and then draw something on there for me, and then I'll frame it in a gator guard, so it'll look like a comic in a frame. I like gator guards. So, but yeah, I'd really like that, because I don't have any Dragon Ball Z art, actually. That's probably my biggest influence as an artist, and that's being honest, because growing up, that's really just the main show I watched was Dragon Ball Z, and I would draw mostly Goku, Vegeta. Dude, let me show you my drawings of Dragon Ball Z from when I was a kid. I'll be right back. I kept a couple of my. I filled so many of these sketchbooks when I was like a little kid. They're not sketchbooks; they're notebooks. But I don't even know. Let's see. This one is. It's got like a big urine stain. It's got like a big pee stain across the thing. Maybe I don't know if it's. So I think this one. Did I label these? One of these is from when I was 6 years old. One of them is from when I was 8 years old. So I think the blue one is 6 years old. So I've got some pretty sweet drawings in there, bro. Like Vegeta again. And my grandma, she's an artist. She wrote little notes in here one time when I was like 16. I was showing her my old sketchbooks. Got lots of Dragon Ball Z in here, bro. That was just a naked man. There's a scene I'm drawing. I got Chikorita from Pokemon in there, it looks like. I don't know. Yeah, all kinds of wild shit in here, man. I got a Frieza that's really good. I gotta show you my Frieza. I used to draw my dad as in comic books. I have a comic strip I drew in here when I was a wee lad. Looks like I drew a head in here at some point, probably when I was like 18. I drew looks like some badass woman's face. Oh yeah, Shenron, bro. We're Shenron, and got little Goku. This must be my 8-year-old book, because these are good drawings. It's gotta be my 8-year-old book. Another Vegeta. Dude, we got some Digimon in here. Got some, what was that, Agumon? Look, man, I'm like Marat. I did a scary Tigger. This is like Carnage and Tigger, right? He did Carnagher. Marat Michaels. I got a Wolverine in here. See, I've been doing this shit since I was a little kid, bro. I got Wolverine in here right now. I got Wolverine headshot, $50. Just kidding, I wouldn't sell these. That's like me practicing Wolverine. Looks like Spawn. You can see me practicing. I'm like, no, I don't like that one. No, that one's way off. Look at that one. Ooh, that's like War Greymon. War Greymon? You ever watch Digimon? Snorlax, Charizard, Blastoise, Wartortle, Squirtle. Oh, I must have been looking at Pokemon that day. I love these fucking things. Alright, that's enough of that. Let me try to find just some bangers, man. Look at that. Spiderman and then Venom. That's the money shot right there, that Venom. That's the money shot. I've been doing this a long fucking time, bro. Ooh, here's a depiction of one of my... See, this is something my grandma painted and I drew it. How about that? That's cool. Here's me and my brother. Even though neither of us look like that. Here's my father. That's actually a really good depiction of him. He looks like Hitler mixed with that drawing. In a good way. He looks like Hitler in a good way. Oh man, I got a Flash in here. That Flash is stellar. Super good. Got a champ in there. That's a lot of good anatomy going on. That's so funny. Bro, I got bangers in here. I got bangers. I lost all my other viewers, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay, so this is my 8-year-old journal. So the other one was actually 6 years old. So this is something I was drawing back in the day, bro. Influenced by all the animes I was watching. It's like Ghost Rider type of guy there. Fucking rules, man. Love that shit. I thought I had a really cool Vegeta in here, but maybe I don't actually. So maybe I don't. Man, I was making up my own comics in here. It's so cool. Spider-Man, Venom, black suit Spider-Man type of thing. Crossed out something there. I don't know what the hell that is. Sorry, sometimes I just flip through this, so it's going to take me a second. All kinds of badass shit in here. Yep, well, somewhere in there there's a sweet Frieza, but I missed him, so. Alright, that's enough of that. A trip down memory road. Okay, I gotta read your stuff now. I wasn't reading it. If any Chrono Trigger fans, let me know, because I'm gonna sell that Chrono Trigger painting I've done. You know, I'm not in any groups that ever post any anime stuff. I try to stay away from it because anime just floods. Same as comic books just flood stuff, you know. You're hearting your own comments. Or is that your daughter? That's my favorite painting from senior year. 97. Yeah, starting with that. Awesome, we still have that. Draw any Mega Man. Nice. Dude, I love Mega Man. Got action pics, made my own comics. So by 9th or 10th grade, I jumped into all sorts of stuff and styles, but Masamune Shiro Otomo Kashiru Akira Toriyama. My favorite anime artist by far. Hell yeah. I only recognize one of those names. But Akira is such a good movie. Yeah, Hayao Miyazaki, yeah, he's really good. That's pretty cool. You have all of that old stuff, man. Gotta send one. I'll CGC. Right, yeah. No, I can CGC it. That's super good. Flash, depending on your age. Yeah, I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old. So, because that was my book from 3rd grade. That was my 3rd grade workbook. Surprised there are no Ninja Turtles in there. Yeah, I used to watch that too, but I only had a few VHS tapes, and so I kind of stopped watching them by the time I was six years old, probably. I watched them a lot when I was 4 and 5. Yeah, nice Ghost Rider and some others. I don't know if that was a Ghost Rider. I don't know what the fuck that was. What was that book that Chris sent for me again? I got shit tons of books, bro, but the one that he was talking about was, I think it was this one, King in Black Blank, right? Dude, I got so many books right now, it's stupid. I gotta sell some of these books. I have way too many. I got a bunch of these too. I have multiple of those King in Black and multiple of these black symbiote Spider-Man books, which are also King in Black. Then I have a Ghost Rider, I got these Vader's Castles, I got all kinds of shit. Dude, Black Flag sends me books for free sometimes. I'm like, shit, what? They're so nice. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Only done it one time. I have no idea how the comedian's back. I have no idea where he came from. I don't even know who he is. It's just like, no way. An idea for that book, throw me on the commission list for it. Okay, bro. Not only that, you end up having Rorschach in the Batcave, and he's met by Batman. And Batman statement, you ate my breakfast. Got it, man. Yes, I did. Just let me know what you want, and I'll start it up. King in Black, right? That's the one we want. Dude, he sent these in the most beautiful backboards. Like, I don't know if you can see how thick these backboards are, but they're like 3 or 4 times as thick as normal ones. I couldn't bend this thing if I wanted to. He sent these really nice ass backboards. Alright, there you go. Jonathan Beebe. On this one, I'm putting it in line. I think I'm at like 34 people right now or something like that. Or no, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, bro. Too much to think about. Oh, the symbiote Spider-Man. Okay. Sure. The film noir version of Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. The Nicolas Cage version. I'm gonna cross your name off of this one and put it on the other. My bad. I should have been watching your comment. Dude, Stromwin sent me 3 of these for free, and like 2 of those King in Blacks for free. Craziness. So I'm gonna choose the nicest one for you. Dang, bro, this one right here doesn't even have the like factory defected, like, see how that one has the notch on the corner with the factory defect? That little white mark right there, it's blurry, I know. There you go. So that one is just perfect. Like, this whole book is absolutely mint. Mint. I don't see why it wouldn't get a 9.9. But, you know, Marvel books aren't really allowed to get 9.9s apparently, so But I'll put your name on the nice one. We'll see. Maybe we will get a 9/9. You never know. Sometimes it happens with Marvel books. It's very rare. Very rare. Alright, bro. You got that one in line for you. Alright, let's see. What do we want to do? And do reverse spiral on this. Let me see here. Well, either the King of Black one or the one that you own, whichever you think would be best with this idea. Do each of the characters from that movie, but all done in a film noir style and all venomized. You can have them all dressed up like 40s, 50s film noir if you want, whatever you think would look really cool. I really like film noir Spider-Man. I can't remember what his costume looks like. Does he actually wear like a trench coat? Hiccuping though. They gave DC ones to pat them on the back. Say, good job. Yeah. Hold on, let me look up Spider-Man Noir. Let's see. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, right. His original costume is kind of different. Now he wears the hat. That's right. Okay. Okay. Do all those characters in Spider-Man Noir versions? I like it. There is a symbiote Spider-Man blank that doesn't have the red on it. So, with like no King in Black mark on it. So we might want to get that one so it's all like black and white, right? Because that's the thing about Spider-Man Noir is that he's grayscale. He's all black and a little bit of white highlights here and there. So if I wanted to do the rest of the characters, I'd probably do them similar. Oh, and then you said venomize them. Maybe no on the venomize on that one, but it's up to you. It would be cool just to see all the, just like Spider-Gwen as a noir character, or like, you know, just add in a bunch of whoever you want, whoever you think would be cool to see. What would Venom look like as a noir character? Let's think about that. Venom in the noir universe. Because he's already black and white, so how would he change? How would he be different? Oh yeah, all grayscale. I meant the venomized or not, depending on which cover you choose. Okay. Let me think about that. That's interesting. I like the idea of doing new characters that have not been done yet in the noir style, or even just doing like a nice kind of multi-character piece with all those guys would be cool. Even if they do already have versions of those characters, that's fine. It would still be fun. Yeah, Venom Noir, what would he look like? Make his white gray. That's a good idea. Incorporate gray. Man. That's a lot to think about. Incorporating gray, make his white gray. That's a good idea.
Now from here, we basically pick up with really with Aubrey, Johnny Thunder,
Huh.
and this is kind of a big deal. Now,
I should Google and see if there's other. I'll Google it later and see if there's other interpretations to help inspire me. Because that is an interesting mashup. Venomized, or Venom Noir. What the fuck would that look like?
Throwback to like one of DC's oldest characters. He really is. I mean, he goes all the way back to Flash Comics #1 in 1940. So he's been around for a long, long time. Now it's true. The reason why Johnny Thunder is so significant here, or at least the reason why I think they're invoking his character, is because Johnny Thunder is a character that's in possession of what amounts to basically a gene. I want to say it's pronounced as it's like light. When Johnny Thunder accesses this power, he basically becomes a reality warper. Like, it's insane how powerful.
Oh, I missed what you said there. He'd have a cigar and a fedora and a Tommy gun. That's actually a pretty good idea. Now I'm starting to see it. Make his white, gray, and his black 2.0 is expensive, John. I can put a little bit on your sword on the front, but which I haven't done yet, and I will. And I have black 3.0. I don't think it's any different really, but except I think you have to prepare it. You have to mix it with something first. Yeah, I haven't cracked it out yet, but I will. And we will see how easy it is to work with exactly. We'll see exactly how easy it is. I like this little toxin he's making. Looks like he's extra fucking crazy. Oh, I almost dropped your hold. Let's see right there. Okay, so now I just need to go over miles a little bit. And base coats on everybody will be done. Just kind of setting up where they're gonna be at the end of the day. Buy it for you, man, dude. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'll try it out on the sword on the cover because I've never used it, and if I can use it and it's not like a huge pain in my ass, then we can do that. And yeah, you can just send me an extra bottle or something.
But if they do have a reality warper on their side, then conceivably they stand a better chance than just kind of Superman fighting against Dr. Manhattan and hoping for the best. Now this also brings into sharp relief the nature of the JSA, right? The Justice Society of America. You know, it's really kind of like DC's way of
find a way to do this film noir project. Oh well, the noir. That's what needs the black 2.0. Is the Spider-Man noir piece, right? Yeah, toxins. Shut up. If you want to get this done tonight, yes, it does. Cliff likes that. But yeah, it does take me longer to do that. Oh, I'm glad to see you two getting along. Go ahead and Cliff thumbs up this comment. That's so funny. But no, you're right. I do need to fucking get this thing done.
There's something about the DC universe that's just not right. It's just kind of missing that one thing that really kind of sets it all off. You know, Shazam is another character who's missing, Martian Manhunter. There's a handful of things that are out there that would help to kind of complete the DC universe in the eyes of fans. But in terms of the impact of the Justice Society, it's bringing an era of comics where hope is the bigger name of the game. That was the way it was with the JSA. And when you look at things where it's like, well, because of the Superman theory and because of the fact that, you know, 97%
So I was talking about black 2.0 Venom with the gray.
all these different, you know, programs out there, the Russian government that's using, you know, their kind of metahuman testing to basically.
Yeah, that is what we were talking about, I guess. I don't know, I thought we were talking about something else there for a second. I guess I was thinking about this piece again.
This is a criticism of superhero stories as they exist now. I wouldn't say this is as heavy-handed as Infinite Crisis, but I will say that it's kind of hitting at the idea that either the DC universe is kind of going down the same path as the Watchmen in the sense that the Earth is kind of on a collision course for self-destruction, or it's a criticism of the idea that the world kind of seems hopeless at the moment in the DC universe, that things are pretty dark. And what the DC universe needs is a spark of light. They need something to kind of say, hey, look, guys, it's not as bad as you think it is. And having Old Man Flash, Jay Garrick, in the sky. Having these characters just kind of show up and basically be this kind of beacon, or they sort of set the landscape, and they're kind of these other superheroes that embody the hopeful concept of Superman, would really kind of beat that up a bit. That kind of seems to be what Jeff Johns is hitting at here. Now, again, that's speculation on my behalf. It's not really anything guaranteed. It's not a solidified thing. That's just kind of how I look at it and interpret it. Because, you know, as a person who is really relatively new to DC, I will say that from what I've seen with people commenting, it feels like something is kind of missing. And maybe that JSA is, you know, the key. Maybe it's that little puzzle piece that would sort of flesh things out in their entirety. At this point, we switch back over to Rorschach. And again, in this story, Rorschach is kind of picking up residence in in Wayne Manor, only temporarily. But what we end up getting is the reveal of his face. Now, we don't get a name here. All we get is a reveal of his face. And the indication is that he is actually the son of Malcolm Law. That he is actually the son of the psychiatrist of the original Rorschach. But we're not given a name. So we don't know for sure. The indication seems to be the case. You know, we knew that Malcolm Long had a son. Malcolm Long and his wife were both African American. Clearly, this version of Rorschach is African American. We knew that just because of the reveal of his hand. But of course, with the face and everything, we also know that's an absolute certainty. The clues are there, and it really kind of seems to be thrown in our face. But it could also be a red herring. So again, until a name is dropped, we're not given an absolute certainty. But you know, that kind of seems to be the case, which we can probably run with that. We can probably take that as some measure of a gospel truth. But the fact remains here, what we end up having is Batman going through the entirety of the original Rorschach journal and basically meeting with, you know, this new Rorschach once he wakes up after having slept for like 24 hours. And it's intriguing because Batman basically says, hey, look, I think I know where this guy's at. Like, I know where Dr. Manhattan is. We have to go find Dr. Manhattan. And it's really, really cool because what ends up happening is he says, look, I think this guy is in this facility over here. So, like, we need to go check this out. I'm pretty sure I know where he is. He leads Rorschach to this location, opens the door, Rorschach walks in, and all there is writing on a back wall that says, we're all mad here. And Batman shuts the door behind him and says, look, I'm sorry, but you belong in here. We end up finding out this place is Arkham Asylum, that Batman believes Rorschach is a crazy person, and as a result, just locks him up and throws away the key. And that's what's so interesting about this, is because Rorschach's not crazy. I mean, he is to a degree. Assuming that this guy is anything like the original Walter Kovacs, like, he is kind of crazy to a degree, but it doesn't mean he's wrong. A broken clock is right twice a day. And this guy's basically coming with news saying, hey, look, the end is at hand. The end is not. There's a being walking around in your universe that dwarfs all the power that you have. The events that you experienced in the button, the death of Giovanni Bond, being able to see your power, you know, this mysterious power source out there that destroyed the Red Lantern Corps. I know what it is, and I know what it's capable of, but Batman doesn't believe any of it to be true. He doesn't really think any of it's legit, and ultimately it kind of calls it a day. Bruce Wayne has not connected the dots. Now the question becomes, what happens when he does? Okay, so we are officially picking up with Doomsday Clock Part 4. I know it's been a little while since we've covered Doomsday Clock. It's being released like bi-monthly now, which is really disappointing because the story's so good. And like I'm always on the edge, like, dude, I really want to know what happens next. But we are on Part 4. And this is the origin of like the new Rorschach. And this is kind of cool. What this is going to do is basically prove me wrong and prove a lot of people right. Now, I know those are the guys who are part of my channel. So just like, I don't care what happens as long as Rob is wrong. So like it's fine. It's not a huge deal to me. It doesn't really matter to me. But this is cool because this gives us like the origin of this new version. Now remember, playing a little bit of catch up for those of you guys who are you know, just now jumping into things or who have forgotten. The idea is that Jeff Johns is kind of blending the DC universe with the Watchmen universe, and we didn't know who this version of Rorschach was. All we knew was that Rorschach had just popped up inside of the Doomsday Clock stories. But of course, we knew it wasn't like the original Walter Kovacs because he died at the end of Watchmen. And so in this, the question everybody had was, who is this new version of Rorschach? What in the world is going on here? And so what this does, and it's a little confusing at first, because it actually kind of bounces back and forth. Because of the fact that this version of Rorschach had basically appeared in the Batcave and made his way in there, and then ultimately was, you know, taken by Batman and tricked into Arkham Asylum, he's basically just been residing here ever since. But what it does is it jumps back and forth between the past and the present. Now, it's designed to be this way. Jeff Johns has been writing comic stories long enough that if his intention is not to, like, create bewilderment, then he won't create it. And so the fact that this story is just kind of like bouncing around and almost leaving us with a state of confusion in terms of what's happening in the present, what's happening in the past. That's designed to be the nature of like the Rorschach character. His mind is quite literally a wreck. It's absolutely decimated in so many different ways. And the reason for this is because what we do is we initially pick up when he was young. Basically, he's the son of Malcolm Long. He's the son of a psychologist that was analyzing Walter Korvax, analyzing the original Rorschach. And picking up with him, what we end up finding out is that when his father essentially took on the case of Walter, there were a lot of things that were going on in the background. That Rorschach, we'll just call him Rorschach for the sake of it. That Rorschach's mom was really kind of in a state of like she was struggling because her husband was becoming more and more distant. And that was in the original Watchmen comic. Like that's the way that story originally went down. That Malcolm Long became more and more separated from his family. It became an obsession. The desire to learn about Rorschach, the desire to learn what made Rorschach tick, what made the original Walter Korvax tick, that became like the drive of Malcolm. I'm sorry, Malcolm Long himself and Reggie's dad. And so because of that, it eventually drove a wedge between Reggie's mom and Reggie's father. But we didn't know the effect that it had on Reggie. And initially, it didn't have a huge. It didn't have a massive effect on him. He was just kind of watching things that were going on, and he was sort of looking at these protests and so on and so forth. But all that changed in the attack on New York. When this monster was unleashed and this huge psychic backlash just swept across the city and killed 3-some-odd million people, it had this massive effect on him because what it did is it drove him insane. It drove him crazy. He was one of the survivors of this whole incident. He was rescued by the cops. He was taken to an insane asylum, and that was
Oh,
really
that's
it. He was kind of left there. In fact, he was taken to the same institution that
emanating
Mothman
from
was taken to in the
center.
Watchmen comics before the Watchmen comics started. And so while the two of them were occupying itself, what we end up having is we end up having this guy, Dr. Matthew Mason, who shows up. And this is kind of cool because what Jeff Johns does is he puts on this kind of show that like the cycle repeats itself. That Walter Korvax basically becomes a vigilante. He goes crazy. He ends up getting caught. He ends up being thrown into an institution. And then you end up having like Malcolm Long who shows up, and Malcolm Long interviews him, and then Malcolm Long starts to become the new Rorschach, and that drives a wedge in his family. This cycle repeats itself here. Of course, Reggie's not married. He didn't have any children of his own. But still, the after effects, the impact of what Rorschach is and what it stands for is almost like this sort of virus that spreads throughout things. And even Reggie himself is having like these hallucinations. He's losing his mind. He's seeing like the eye of the monster, the forehead of Matthew Mason. This is the nature of things. And that's why this story can get a little bit confusing because it bounces back and forth between the past and the present. But again, this is designed to tell the story of how it was that Reggie Long met Adrian Veidt. And so in his effort to basically escape this mental institution, what he does is he incapacitates one of the guards when they show up with food or what have you, and then takes off to the roof of the building to try to get away. And in truth, it's really one of these things of like, I just want to get away from all this. Like, I want to be out of here. This is not where I belong. But when he gets up there, he basically ends up meeting Mothman. And Mothman's statement is like, I'm flying away. I'm getting out of this place. I don't need to be here. I'm perfectly safe. And he literally puts on like a moth suit, or really just kind of like wings, like makeshift wings made out of bed sheets, really, and then just flies away into the moon, where Reggie's basically taken by the security guards and brought back to the institution itself. Now, shortly after this is where things get cool. Shortly after this, you end up having Mothman, who's essentially caught by the cops when he's just outside of like this diner, and then he's brought back to the asylum. And him and Reggie begin this sort of not really a father-son relationship, but they begin like a friendly relationship. They start talking to each other all the time. Now, for Byron Lewis, he was a really interesting concept in the Watchmen story. I mean, he came from a life of privilege. Like, he never really struggled financially. And for him, like, being a superhero initially was more like, hey, let's just go have fun. It was more like an adventurous sort of thing. Now, that began to change when he joined groups like the Minutemen, and then he stepped into the role of saying, well, let's actually do some good in the world, different things like that. The issue is that in the Watchmen comics, because the age of heroes wasn't met in the same way it was in, like, DC or Marvel, in the sense that, like, superheroes were effectively shunned. Not really superheroes, the people who dressed in costumes were really kind of shunned. Eventually, what ended up happening is, like, when a whole superhero era came along,
Getting into the zone again like you were before. Well, eating fishes tonight. Potentially.
As a result of like all the dangers
It's possible, but I doubt it.
And so the result was that he was confined to a mental asylum.
I think it'll be done probably tomorrow.
That here is that he was always an exceedingly smart guy. And for him, it was a matter of like
Thanks for your vote of confidence, though.
and looking around and seeing everything that was going on. And where he
We got a lot more to go on this thing.
to Reggie,
It's really nowhere near done, honestly. It's about. I'm starting to do some cool details on Miles here.
The result is that Reggie starts going through and looking at like the journal of Rorschach, looking at the notes of his father, listening to the recordings, all these things. And as time progresses, because of the fact that Reggie is in such a fragile mental state, what he ends up doing is actually adopting the persona and the personality of Rorschach. Now, again, this is cool because what Jeff Johns kind of teases us, and really what Alan Moore was sort of shooting for, was that anybody could be Rorschach. That was the point of the mask. Anybody could be behind that mask. But that's the basis behind it. That's why masked superheroes were perceived to be so dangerous, is because nobody knew who they were. You're a copy editor by day and like a vigilante by night, just smashing people's heads in and breaking their fingers and thumbs and hands. Like that's the whole thing that went behind that. And so for Reggie, like he kind of stands with this embodiment of Rorschach in the sense that at the end of the day, Walter Korvac was just a guy who had enough. In his mind, it was a matter of trying to find a way to curb the violence, so to speak. You know, being the killer who kills killers, if that makes any sense. And so with Reggie being in that state, being, you know, basically like victimized by the various authorities who were there, the orderlies inside the insane asylum, being treated like crap, he just kind of falls down, tumbles down into this path of Rorschach, tumbles down into the role of Walter Korvac. Not only that, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a little bit of manipulation, but I would go as far as to say that when it comes to Mothman, it's intriguing because what he says is he starts going through and like there's this puzzle they're working on, and the puzzle is ultimately the face of Ozymandias, and it's him basically saying, if you know how to look at this picture the right way, then you know what's going on, and that's what happened with Reggie. Reggie just started putting all the pieces together. He looked at the journal of Walter Korvac, everything that was going on, and said like, this is the fault of Adrian Veidt. It was always the fault of Adrian Veidt. Initially, he was kind of trying to figure things out, trying to work on things until he got to the end of the journal of Walter Korvac, and Walter Korvac basically says like, Adrian Veidt is the reason behind all this. And that's the funny thing, is because no one else has quite figured this out yet. And the newsreels, there's indications, there's you know, people who are like speculating and saying, well, it seems like it's Adrian Veidt, and super, you know, smart scientists and things like that, people who are trying to answer the question of what was going on, social psychologists and what have you, are analyzing like everything that was taking place and saying, well, all the clues seem to point to Adrian Veidt, but Reggie Long is the only person that has incontrovertible proof that Adrian Veidt was behind it all. And that's where he full on steps into the role of Rorschach. Because now what he does is he looks around and says, there's a guy out there that killed 3 million people. What would Rorschach have done? What would Walter Korvac have done? Well, Walter Korvac would have killed him. That's what Walter Korvac believed needed to be done, that Adrian Veidt had to be stopped. So I'm going to pick up the slack. I'm going to continue on this mission of Walter Korvac. I'm going to kill Adrian Veidt. And at this point, it just breaks down to the question of how can it be done? How can it be pulled off? And this is when people begin to start realizing that Adrian Veidt's the one behind all this. That's when it really began to go topsy-turvy. Because remember, when it came to like the time gap between the Watchmen comics and the Doomsday Clock comics, we don't have anything to fill in that gap. All we have is what's been told to us by Jeff Johns and like what interviews have been done and what speculation exists on the internet. But by and large, this answers that question. It tells us that like at the end of Watchmen, the world was united in response to like this giant monster that killed 3 million people in New York. The world was united in mourning, and the world looked to make the world a better place because people began to realize how fragile they were. And then the information came out that Adrian Veidt was behind it all, and then that fragility shattered, and the world was worse off than it was before Veidt went through this whole scheme of unleashing this monster in New York. So because people realized they'd been tricked, they'd been duped. It wasn't an actual thief. And so in light of all this, what Reggie does is he actually sets a fire inside the institution, and where he and Mothman are going to leave and go find Adrian, instead, Mothman goes back into the building and simply just allows himself to die. And so then you have Reggie who just takes on the whole Rorschach mantle and goes to find Adrian Veidt, who's basically on the first he fights this tanker out in the middle of nowhere. But when he gets there, it's intriguing. And this is where we start to get like the Reggie personality and the Rorschach personality who are a little in conflict. When Reggie shows up to kill Adrian Veidt just kind of turns around and says, look, you can kill me if you want to, but like I'm dying anyway. Like it's only a matter of time before I die. Like there's nothing that can be done. I've basically got brain cancer. And it's kind of cool here. Because in truth, like if Adrian Veidt were going to die anyway, what purpose would be served by Rorschach killing? That's kind of the stance that Reggie takes. Rorschach kills people who would otherwise be able to continue on their normal lives, just doing whatever it is they want to do all the time. But for Adrian Veidt, he's not really a criminal. He's not really a bad guy. And that's the reason why this whole situation works. That's the reason why this is so cool. One of the classic examples in a situation like this is the trolley train, right? Like you're a trolley conductor and the brakes go out, the brakes go out, and all you have at your control is like the steering column. And you can steer the trolley on one of two sets of tracks. On one set of tracks is one construction worker, and he's totally oblivious, has no idea this trolley train is just hurtling towards him, is going to smash into him and kill him entirely. But if you steer to the other tracks, there's 5 construction workers. You have to choose between one or the other. Which one do you choose? Well, you choose the one construction worker. You kill that one guy in order to save those 5 guys. It's utilitarianism. And when you're Adrian Veidt and you're looking around and you say, humanity, there's 7 some odd billion people, or 6 or 5 or whatever the absolute number count was at the time this movie was written. When you have however many billions of people in the world who are all going to be destroyed because the clock is inching ever closer to nuclear war between the US and the USSR,
most of Miles.
To unite people. People don't unite willingly anymore. It doesn't work that way. People have to be united.
Most of his
It was
lines
like a
down.
massive catastrophe. What he needed was a catalyst. He needed something that would force humanity to unite because they had to, not because they wanted to. And so that's what that monster was. The monster showed up in the city of New York. It killed 3 million some odd people, and it was like, oh my God, the terrible situation. This is so awful. The humanity, and so on and so forth. But in light of how terrible things were and the massive amount of casualties, humanity united, and that was the goal of Adrian Veidt. What he didn't pay attention to and what he didn't think about after what he did than it was before he did what he did. Then he's a bad guy. He made things terrible. But that's the difference here. Adrian Veidt wasn't looking to rob people. He wasn't looking to unleash a monster in New York and then steal everybody's valuables while they were all distracted. He was trying to make the world a legitimate, better place. And so because of that,
Well, that's the thing about right and wrong is that a good person can do a bad thing.
If humanity really wanted to
It's
unite,
not so cut and dry.
people really wanted to solve the world's problems, then they would have. But they don't want to solve the world's problems. They want to goose-step themselves into nuclear war between the U.S. and the USSR. There's nothing that can be done. Whatever happens, happens. And that's why he teamed up with Reggie Long. And that's why he said, we have to go try to document the past. We have to bring it back. What will happen when they do? We don't know. Manhattan might show up and say, well, humanity's going to kill itself anyway, so we'll just help them along a little bit and just wipe away the world. There's any number of things that can go on in like the whole Watchmen universe. So because of that, what we end up doing is that the two of them teaming up, and that of course is where Doomsday Clock #1 picks up. We jump back
Now that basically have everyone's base coats done, I'm just gonna go right up here at the top and then just start working my way back down again, and we'll see what happens here.
That's where she's been this whole time. Now she's back in DC Universe Rebirth #1. And so what she says is like, we have to get out of here. Like we have to make our escape. She's already out. She's literally out of herself and just roaming around. She's like, we have to get out of here, because I don't have that much time. And whatever's coming is going to require like the entire superhero community. If we don't work together, we're all going to die. And that's what's cool because it's basically saying like Dr. Manhattan is coming. It's only a matter of time before he does. And so the two of them basically team up, and who knows what happens after. We'll have to find out the next issue.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's correct. Yeah, I'm watching a thing on Watchmen's new comic and how Ozymandias was like, oh, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to make everybody happy. And everybody like found out what he did in the first one. I was so cheesed at him.
Batman's not going to take that person, throw him into Arkham Asylum, and then just throw away the key and never ever ask any questions. Batman doesn't work like that. It's always the significance of gathering information, finding out as much as he can as often as he can. And that's exactly what's been going on here. They've basically been investigating Reggie Long without him knowing. And so that's where the question becomes, will Batman side with Reggie, or will Batman stand against Reggie? Okay, so we are continuing on with Doomsday Clock. A lot of you guys have been asking where the Doomsday Clock videos have been. The story comes out every other month now, although I believe they backed it up for now that it's monthly. But it's one of those weird things where it was supposed to be monthly, it was supposed to last a full year, and the way that DC seemed to be going is you had like the DC Rebirth Initiative, and it was like the Rebirth Initiative would end when this whole thing picked up. Basically, when Doomsday Clock concluded, that would go into the next phase of DC. But because it's been backed up, it looks like it will stretch out for 3 years. So I have no idea. It comes out 4 times a year and it's 12 issues long. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a weird situation. But we basically end up picking up, of course, in the aftermath of the last one. Now, the one thing to bear in mind here is that this really is like Jeff Johns' vision. Like Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. This one's playing. Gary Frank, man, this guy is just stupidly talented. But it really fits into like the vision of what they have. Like if we're watching that the DC universe, that's how this whole thing fits in. But with Adrian Veidt, when they crossed over into the DC landscape, initially like he went to go check out Lex Luthor, and then of course Rorschach went to go check out Batman, and the result was that Rorschach was basically thrown in Arkham Asylum by Batman because it was like, this guy's a loose. This guy's absolutely nuts. So of course Batman ended up following up, pretending to be an interviewer in order to get an understanding of Rorschach's mind. But what you had is Adrian Veidt, who basically took a bullet for Lex Luthor when he was shot at by the comedian. And again, it was a way for John to just start bringing in all these different characters. But what this does is it basically picks up immediately after, or not really immediately, but it picks up shortly after all this with Adrian Veidt in the hospital. So of course he's basically being guarded here, and the perception is that Adrian Veidt seems to be a metahuman. There's no actual indication that's the case. In fact, Adrian Veidt himself doesn't actually have any powers. But the reason why he's perceived to be a metahuman is because of the outfit he was wearing. He was basically dressed as a costume superhero, and so it was assumed he was a costume superhero, and his powers were just unknown. And so with there being additional security, of course, Adrian Veidt basically wakes up and then attracts the attention of a couple of guards by making it appear as though he's flatlined and then subduing him. Now, this is cool, because this is like this small little thing to go into what Jeff Johns does, right? Like, Jeff Johns is one of these guys who's like a master storyteller when it comes to crafting comic book stories. Like, him and Jonathan Hickman are like my 2 favorite comic book writers of all time, with Scott Snyder and Al Ewing at a close second. So it's cool when it comes to this whole thing, because it's a way to basically say, like, here's why Adrian Veidt is so interesting, is because his capabilities are universal. Like, had basically drawn the conclusion that all the superheroes in the DC universe, or at least a huge run of them, originate from the United States. And so where they do have their own origin stories, a lot of their origin stories are cloak and dagger in a lot of different ways. Someone as iconic as Superman is more well known, but Batman is an enigma. No one really knows Batman's Bruce Wayne outside of the Bat family. No one really knows what goes on with his character. And you have all these different superheroes who exist around the landscape, and even supervillains, and they're really a mystery to a lot of people. And so because of that, theories began to arise, the most prominent of which is that the federal government is creating metahumans. And so what you end up having is you have Lois Lane who's really just kind of speaking with Clark Kent about the whole thing, and then in turn, she basically goes to visit Lex Luthor, who of course is in the hospital as well. And the encounter between the two is actually really, really intriguing, because it's her really just kind of breaking down and going through step by step, and it's even like Lex Luthor himself doing the same thing. Now, Lex Luthor, really the kind of revelation that gets dropped here, at least from Lex Luthor's perspective, is what he tells Lois Lane while Superman's listening to the whole thing, and he's like, look, I don't know everything about the Superman theory, but the whole point of Lois is that she believes Luthor is at the center of it, and that works, because remember, this version of Lois Lane is from a quote-unquote previous universe, but the Lex Luthor she's familiar with is the mastermind, the bad guy, the guy who's always pulling the string. And so when she sees this Lex Luthor, and she sees something like the Superman conspiracy, her thought is, Lex Luthor has to be behind it. But the response of Lex Luthor is, I'm not pulling any strings. I have nothing to do with this. I don't even know how far down this rabbit hole goes. The only thing that I can tell you with any real measure of certainty is that, one, whoever it is helping the federal government with these metahumans is a metahuman themselves, and two, they used to be a member of the Justice League. Now, one of the things that to kind of bear in mind is that Jeff Johns plays it fast and loose, and that's kind of the cool thing, is he throws out this possibility that maybe it really is all just smoke and mirrors, that maybe Lex Luthor is just kind of full of hoo-ha. He doesn't really even know what's going on. He's putting on a show to make it look like he's still, Lex Luthor as he's always been, and all that kind of stuff. And so it works for what it is, and it is pretty intriguing. But at this point, we pick up with a couple of things that are going on. Really, one of the most notable is something that involves a guy by the name of Johnny. Before in one of the previous videos, the idea was that Johnny Thunder basically was in possession of like a gene or a demon of sorts, whatever you want to call it. But basically, like when that aspect of his personality came out, he was crazy powerful. And that's the funny thing here is he's an older man, and it's really been that way ever since Christ Son of Thunder. Right? Like you had Johnny Thunder back in the day, and he was like a really, really powerful character back before 1985. And then when DC rebooted back in 1985 with Crisis on Infinite Earth, Johnny Thunder came back, but he wasn't in the same capacity. Yeah, he was just kind of like an older guy who was there. And so picking up with Adrian Wright.
Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., grabbing my collector's edition of Cyberpunk 2077. Anyone else grabbing it for the normal version? Thumbs up, thumbs down. You're the only one in the chat right now, but I wish I was getting it, man. That's probably gonna be the best game of the year, huh? Pretty awesome. Try not to play video games though, because I just end up playing them all day.
Adrian Veidt and Batman actually meet, and there's going to be an amazing conversation that goes on between the two of them here in the next little while. But something else I also want to draw your attention to is Saturn Girl. Now, of course, we saw in like the last story, the last little tidbit here, that Saturn Girl was one of the people who had been housed inside of Arkham Asylum, and she's been there ever since Rebirth kicked off, and presumably even before that. But she was just Jane Doe. Nobody really knew anything about her, and that makes sense because Saturn Girl is part of the Legion of Superheroes. This 30th, 31st century team that exists in the future, and it's basically like that universe, or I guess that future is an iteration of the Justice League. Now, the Legion of Superheroes is something that we haven't really talked about before, but they have a huge following. But the whole idea of the Legion of Superheroes in DC Comics was one of these sort of combination test beds, as well as trying to figure out what to do next, in the sense that back in really the 1940s, you had the stories of Superboy, and the stories of Superboy were designed to basically say, here's what Superman was doing between the time that he first arrived on Earth and the time that he traveled to Metropolis and became Superman. But DC started to run into problems. These problems included things like continuity errors. The origin of a villain that Superman faces off against is told in Superboy, but the origin in Superboy does not match the origin of Superman. The other half of this was that you can only ever really tell so many stories about Superboy's antics before even at that point in time it started the limits of credulity. And so the question was, what else can we do with this character? And so because Superboy was so popular, DC brought in the Legion of Superheroes and then eventually sent Superboy off with the team, and they were basically allies that would face off against various threats. And the popularity of Superboy elevated the popularity of the Legion of Superheroes, and that led to them becoming some of the most, really like one of the most iconic teams that DC's had in a long time. It's almost like this trifecta: the Justice League, the Legion of Superheroes, and the Teen Titans. But the idea is that Saturn Girl's basically here. This is really the first time that we see Jeff Johns addressing the fact that it is it's probably do exist. And so, again, from here, we switch over to Marionette and her cousin. Now, again, these are basically like these old development systems, but the fact that Jeff Johns drove them into their story, as soon as they made their appearance, we realized that they were going to run into this. It was only over a matter of time. What we know is that when they started showing up, as soon as they arrived in Gotham City, as soon as they landed here, we started seeing these various villains and these various henchmen who were running around dressed as clowns. And their question was, who are these guys and why are they dressed as clowns? And the more they investigated, the more they basically learned about the Joker. And so that's when their question was, who's the Joker? Who is this guy? We want to meet him and see what he's about. We're going to put him to the test. And hopefully, hopefully we're going to find him wanted. Like that's what they're shooting for here. And that's what they've been doing all this time. We want the Joker. And the best way to get the Joker's attention is to take what he desires most. And that's literally what they've been doing. They've been going through and causing all kinds of problems, robbing various places, busting into Joker's facilities, so on and so forth, just different things like that. And so the result here is that we basically pick up with, really with like Ozymandias, Adrian Veidt, and Batman having this conversation as they're essentially following around. And they're basically
Xavier, what's up, buddy? So just so we keep track, I've written that down now, but for later commissions from your film, noir, Spidey crew, or whatever book you decide best to grab, Gunslinger Spawn on Spider-Man 1 book, and the rest of Mosaic. Leave it at that for now. First and foremost, I do need to do that split payment for Clayton's piece if you ever want to buy it back. Also, let's see for what I paid regardless of manga. Wow, that's really nice of you, Jonathan. That is very nice of you. I would, I don't know if I would consider that, but if I did, I would not. I wouldn't sell it after that. I would keep it in my PC. But we'll see, because it does have a bit of sentimental value to me. But it was payment for a job, and I just need to call that in right now. But yeah, I bet one day it will be worth $10,000. Hopefully, though, it just won't be by the time, like it won't be like like America's money has become worthless, or you know what I'm saying. It's like a loaf of bread is like $10,000. That'll never happen. I'm just kidding. Oh, hell yeah. That little dragon and that Thor. Threw some highlights on Thor. He's looking badass as hell now. And that dragon's almost there. Still see some things I missed.
The world won't miss them. So picking up with Marionette is awesome because what ends up happening here is that when they go through and they start causing all this havoc and they basically watch Batman crash down onto the back signal, then they suddenly get a response from someone on a panel who simply just addresses them as YouTube and they turn around and we have the Joker. And this is amazeballs. This is why I love Doomsday Clock so much, but I hate it at the same time because Jeff Johns ends it on the best cliffhanger. And it's just like, damn, like dude, these two meet the Joker. The Joker's finally here. At the same time, Rorschach looks to Johnny Thunder and says, explain what this is. What is this lantern and how does this work? Give us an idea of what in the world is going on. And so it's so cool. Like it's really, really awesome. It's one of the cool things about this. You get like all these
Oh, hell yeah. Tell you something now, you stop. Wish you could work faster. Oh, you know. Wait a freaking second. You know, stuff comes up. It's just because, you know, I don't make as much money with this job now. But it's good. This is better. This is, you know, you gotta start small. I'm actually being extremely successful for how long I've been doing this. Apparently, according to everyone else. And I think that's true. And so, I'm very happy for how well I'm doing, but I do need a little bit of assistance because my family is constantly borrowing money from me, and I just, if I have it, then I give it to them. Now, if they asked again, I would say no, because I don't have any more money. Sorry. Okay, let's see.
What this did is, in a lot of ways, it picked up on really focused on Mime and Marionette. That's really what a lot of Doomsday Clock had done. But up to this point, we also seen like the return of Johnny Thunder, where at least we see six character features. We saw the return of the lantern of Alan Scott. So like, you know, Alan Scott's out there somewhere. It's kind of like these little bits and bobs, these small little tidbits that Jeff Johns goes in. But it's like the return of the JSA. Now, in truth, again, when it comes to
Thor is freaking psycho amazing. If he wasn't Venomized, he'd be ready to jack up, or at least try to jack up Dark Current from behind. Yeah, he would do really good with his lightning, like Storm did in the last issue. Not Venomized, but under control. What is it called when you're under spiral control? I'm not 100% sure. Nullified, or you're possessed by a Grendel. Particular words. Who knows? They've been symbioted. You need to learn when to say no unless it's an absolute emergency. Yeah, I'm not very good at saying no. And it was a bit of an emergency. It was close enough. Close enough. And nobody was gonna fucking die, but it was pretty bad. There, now we've got Dragon. Dragon's pretty sweet now. Way back in the background. Okay, I'm gonna take a little breaky. We got 3 viewers, so I'll just give you guys kind of a breakdown of what we got going on here. I like the Hulk I got going on there. I'm gonna cover his body in some more black, and maybe make his spiral a little smaller. His spiral's kind of big. Thor's looking great. He's basically done. I mean, fix his chest symbol, and then he's done. You know, we got all these guys. I don't even need to tell you who they are now, because you can kind of tell, right? Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Captain America. Sleeper in the middle there. Spider-Gwen. Anti-Venom. Venom. There's Spider-Man down there getting his ass beat. Toxin. Miles Morales in his doppelganger form. Hybrid. And another dragon. Alrighty. I will probably be back on later for another one. So I want that to autofocus so that the last moment of the video is what I want it to be. Huh. It's having a really hard time autofocusing. There we go. Sometimes you gotta assist it. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Christopher. Oh, it blurred on me again. Maybe we do need to send this camera back.